Alright, air signs, ignore the pile of laundry behind me. I had to switch locations because it was loud outside, people were doing things, so I moved back inside. But anyway, these are going to be full moon in Libra videos for the signs. Check out all of your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This also may resonate for your Mercury, Mars, North Node, or South Node. Just take what resonates. I told the other videos, I think it really always depends on your chart and your signs and the energy of your chart. So, you know, if you are dominant air, dominant whatever, but you may be like a water rising, you know, but the rest of your chart is this, then you would obviously want to look at those placements. But anyway, I will be getting into the messages, and let's just start. So the first card that you guys received was the Salvation card, and then the Alliance card. And it's funny because these cards came out, I didn't pull Goddess cards for any of the other piles, and as I was going to grab the decks, something told me to pull them, and I'm like a perfectionist. I'm like, no, like no one else used that deck, but something just like those cards needed to come out for you guys for whatever reason, and the goddesses really wanted to speak to you guys. So with those two cards coming out, I immediately felt like the air signs that you guys, and myself as well, I'm an air sign, I'm a Gemini, Sun and Rising, but we are basically dealing with, I do feel like it's this sense of basically releasing ourselves. Like I see like shackles breaking or shackles being released, and I think this is in regards to like our, like everything in our life that just no longer aligns with us. And I do feel like air signs have been working through this for a while, but I feel that right now a lot of things are coming together for air signs and things are starting to click. And so this Salvation card is really pointing to like with air signs starting to really feel like not only that freedom in their physical surroundings, but possibly in their mentality as well, because I do feel that for a long time air signs have been trying to like remove these, whether it's relationships, mentalities, people, environments, old ways of being. I do feel like air signs have been working through this, because this is an 18 card also breaking down to a 9, and I do feel like this is something air signs have been working through for like a year now. But with the Alliance card coming out next to it and this being a 9, I feel like the Salvation finally represents air signs. Like you guys may have moved away from these relationships physically, you may have cut people off, blocked people, whatever the case may be, but I think that now is finally when air signs are starting to like embrace it and feel it and understand why it needed to happen and really be okay with it, you know what I mean? And so I think it's because they're starting to finally realize who is meant for them and who is supposed to be in their life and the kind of things that they do want with this Alliance card coming out, you know? The Alliance card is a 21 breaking down to a 3. Threes are all about not just alignment, but like purpose, and also like in regards to working with people. The Alliance card, it represents being resourceful. Like I think of the 3 of coins when I think of this card, you know, finding the people who are going to not just have your back, but like pull equal weight, meet you halfway. Meet you halfway really stood out. I feel like that's something you guys might be really looking for in people who put an equal effort within connections, and that might be something that you guys are seeking out, especially because we also received the Surrender to Love and Support card. It says, all the love and support of others, or allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So this might be something that you guys need to work on, even with the Salvation card coming out. This could be something that you aren't used to doing, you know? You could be used to keeping things to yourself, or the things that you're releasing are in the old ways of being that you're releasing could be being more closed off, being more isolated, and kind of doing things one way that maybe wasn't working for you, or that was I just heard emotional burdens. So it could have been an emotional burden for you, or you were just holding on to things that you need to release, you need to like share with other people so that they can hold some of that weight for you and with you. What I wanted to get into next was there is another surrender card, but I'm going to segue into that in a moment. What I wanted to get into next were the animal spirit cards. If you guys are familiar with the animal spirit deck, I'm super hype about these cards because I just recently got them, but I will be reading my notes for them just because I just got this deck a few days ago and I want to make sure that I'm clear with the messages. So the first card that came out for you guys was the Scorpion card. And it's funny because, one, I want to say that some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio placement or have Scorpio placements yourself. I did pick up on that energy as soon as I flipped that card. But the Scorpion card also represents this sense of, it's funny because I resonate with this card and I am an air sign, but it's because my 6th house is in Scorpio and I have Pluto there, and it just gives me this energy of like being very very intense when it comes to getting what you want and getting what you need. The card basically represents isolation, competition, passion, and I think a little skepticism as well. So I think it's that person who's just like really focused, really ambitious, but in a way because of all that ambition and because of like maybe their distrust of people, or maybe they've been burned in the past, whatever the case may be, I do feel like they're very like maybe standoffish at times, or just very to themselves when it comes to things. And it's funny because it may come off as like cold to other people, but these people are just, like the air signs, you guys might just be trying to protect yourselves. And so that's what I was basically getting at with myself. I relate to this message because I have that Scorpio 6th house. So it's like, you know, when it comes to like work relationships or just whatever, coworkers, whoever that might be, people may see me as more of like closed off or just harder to connect with, because I can say that to a degree I have been, you know, I have gone through certain things that make me a little bit less trusting of people. But air signs, if you resonate with that message, I do feel like that's something that we're working through right now, and that needs to be addressed, especially with the Alliance and the Salvation card coming out, because I feel that the Salvation card just really is wanting us to release the past completely, you know what I mean? And with us needing to calibrate like our mind with our physical body and our environment, I think that this is representing needing to be more open, you know, needing to approach things, like put your stinger down and just kind of like be less skeptical when approaching new situations, and allowing people in, you know what I mean, especially with that receiving support and love card. The Hummingbird card is so air sign, which I loved coming out. It represents positivity, energy, curiosity, and like resourcefulness, and like, you know, dipping into so many things that you know a lot about a lot. And so I really do feel that right now, this segueing from the Scorpion card, it's like you guys need to move into that hummingbird energy. Instead of being the Scorpion, be more open, be more curious, be more adaptable when it comes to these social situations and meeting new people, connecting with new people. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be new people. I do feel that for some of you, this could be people who have already been in your life or who are already around you, but it's developing deeper connections and more reliable connections, you know? That's really what I'm sensing for you guys, especially because the Scorpion card suggests that you guys could, you know, be jaded, or you could just have certain wounds around not being able to trust people, not being able to work well with people, or just people taking advantage of you is what I'm picking up on. With the Phoenix card coming out next, it is a spirit card. So in this deck there's you know, air, fire, water, earth, and then there's spirit. But the spirit cards represent you know, in a way like a spiritual journey or a spiritual aspect that we need to connect deeper with. And the Phoenix represents like a rebirth of sorts, but when it comes to past karma and like reincarnation, so like, you know, karmic ties, cycles, like it makes me think of like South Node energy, you know? So air signs, if you were to like look into your South Node placement, that might point you into the, sorry, I want to sneeze so bad. No, don't do it. I always sneeze 3 times, I swear. But anyway, so sorry, air signs. In the last video, I was like trying not to fucking burp. This video, I'm sneezing. Like, I'm ridiculous today. But, I apologize. Sorry, guys. The Phoenix, anyway. I feel like air signs, you're really like reincarnating in a way. You know, you're really going through this like rise of the Phoenix moment where you're rising from the ashes of like your past self, your past life, your past experiences, like that energy of feeling jaded and feeling like scorned, feeling down bad, feeling hurt, feeling like nothing was going your way, or like no one was, that is so funny. I just heard "Ain't Nobody Praying for Me," that like, I don't know what Kendrick song that is, but that line, like, "Ain't nobody praying for me." If that resonates with you, or I'll try to figure out what that Kendrick song is and put it in the bio, but, or like in the description, but I'm really feeling like that for you guys. And so with this energy of the Alliance and me seeing the 3 of Coins, and you also got Surrender Low Self-Esteem, which is the card I said I wanted to address later because I wanted to tie it in a more eloquent way. But with the Surrender Low Self-Esteem, I really do feel like these things have gotten to you guys, you know, like you may try to, even like air signs, they come across as very detached, you know, so to others it may seem like you're fine, or even to yourself you might try to convince yourself that you're fine sometimes. With the Hummingbird card, you guys are good at being resourceful. You're good at, I just made that thread about Geminis specifically, but all air signs are very good at detachment, you know, and being able to still feel the feelings, or I mean, sometimes we repress them. I'm not saying we're like masters of emotions at all, but you know, I do feel like air signs are better than other signs at being able to be like, yes, I feel this way, but I'm going to like, it's sometimes distraction, but I'm going to go and focus on these other things. I'm going to preoccupy my mind, just because we have so many thoughts, we have so many our minds are racing at all times, you know, so it's easier for us to pick up one of those other thoughts and drop the other, you know, more negative or thought that is more uncomfortable for us to feel. So with that Hummingbird card coming out, I do feel like that is something that air signs tend to do and need to work through at this time. Just being able to like look at everything. It's so funny. Okay, so I'm having a download. I believe it was in the water signs card. It was the hyena card, and it's coming out for you guys too. You may, if you have water sign placements, definitely obviously watch that video, but some of you may be either dealing with the water sign, or that energy just is like coming out for you guys as well. But the hyena card in the water signs video, it was basically, it's a card that comes out when you're downplaying your emotions, or you have a tendency to use like humor or sarcasm or wit in order to like mask your pain or mask your emotions. And so I'm seeing that card in my head, and so that's so funny. I got the download that I feel that you guys might do this as well. The water signs got that card, but I do feel like that's something that you guys need to work through, like work on just addressing everything that you have gone through, and not downplaying it, and not, yeah. So what I'm hearing right now is that I feel like for air signs, for you guys, what happens is you downplay it. You use jokes, you use wit, or you just like brush the things off. You detach from the situation, but then it boils up, and then later on it comes out in anger. And that might be something that you guys need, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the cards, but that might be something that you guys need to work on. You know, even with that Scorpio card coming out, like I'm feeling like there's resentment, or just this need to really let all of that go. And that's a theme that's coming up for a lot of people, like mental shifts and changes, and needing to release the past, or release like some aspect of yourself that's like just no longer aligning with where you're headed. Like that's really the energy that I'm picking up here for you guys, especially because you got the Page of Cups reversed. So with the Page of Cups reversed coming out, it represents, you know, there is some like you need to open up emotionally. You may need to you may be trying to find a way to express yourself more fluidly, but right now there are some blockages, or there's just a sense of self-doubt. So with that Surrender Low Self-Esteem card, it really confirms that, you know, whatever you guys have gone through has really allowed you to feel like have your judgment clouded when it comes to like certain decisions you want to make when like expressing yourself, or just when maybe saying what you mean, or just setting certain boundaries. Like asking what you want from people is something that I'm picking up on. You guys might have a hard time doing that, because, you know, air signs like Gemini, you are mutable, but the other air signs are just like very adaptable as well. And especially Libra, I think each of the signs, like, because Aquarius is all about community and people, friendships, the 11th house. They're opposite Leo, so there is this like sense or energy of validation, like needing validation, seeking validation. And then like Libra's all about 7th house and interpersonal relationships in general, partnerships. And then Gemini, you know, it's just the two sides and needing that connection and needing to kind of like be able to, I think that Geminis need validation because they like that verbal confirmation, and they like to be able to share their ideas with people and kind of have people be like, that's a good idea, or, you know, just I feel like when Geminis have to keep everything inside, that's when they start to doubt themselves. But when they do get that confirmation from others, they're like, okay, cool, my thoughts are it. But I don't know, I just do feel like there is a codependency when it comes to validation to a degree with air signs, with all signs of course, but that's just something that I do notice with you guys. And so just work on, like, I got kind of sidetracked with that, but we just work on your self-esteem when it comes to needing to like with how people respond to you. Yeah, I don't know, hopefully that made sense. I kind of got sidetracked, and hopefully that was relevant. But the next card that you guys received was the the 8th house endings and beginnings. 8th house endings and beginnings card. And so I do feel that this is this kind of energy of, you know, one thing ending, another beginning. Like I said, that transformation, shifting energy is taking place in a lot of the videos that I'm seeing, or that I'm recording. But the 8th house also represents intimacy and like sharing a lot of different kinds of things with people. It's like the merging of energy in general. And so I do feel that, you know, I've used words like jaded, intimacy, things like that with you guys. And I think that the air signs, like, you are so, what's the word that we're so good with people at times, but we have to work on figuring out how to not, like, sacrifice ourselves in the long run. And I think that might have been what I was trying to get into, because I remember starting it out talking about mutability and how, you know, each of the air signs are very, very flexible and moldable and adaptable. But I think with the 8th house coming out, like, the ending that's happening is this ending of, like, I'm hearing unhealthy relationships. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, but it's like, I'm hearing codependency, I'm hearing lack of boundaries, I'm hearing emotional wounds, emotional abuse, I'm straight up hearing, but I just feel that there is a sense of not approaching things in the best way, because frankly, like, we have tried to be so adaptable to things, you know what I mean? We've just been trying to be so okay with things, and I feel like this is in relationships, not just romantically, because with the Alliance card, like, I feel like this is coworkers, maybe family for some people, friendships, you know, possibly roommates. But it's like I do feel like this group is feeling like they have had to be so okay, like, I don't know why I'm not able to find my words, guys, sorry, but like, they've had to be the bigger person. Like, I'm literally, like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but you've had to kind of set aside how you felt about certain things, and you didn't have to, but it's something that maybe you guys did for a long time. And I think that now this is ending, and you guys are going into this place of feeling more empowered, of being salvated, going into the salvation chapter, and basically just finding these new connections with people and yourself, where you can trust being open, and you can trust that people have your best interest in heart. You know what I mean? You don't have to go into these things feeling skeptical or jaded or having your stinger up with that Scorpion card. It's like you are going to feel more confident, and you're going to feel more like trusting of the situation and of the people around you. I really feel that way for you guys. With the Knight of Wands coming out, it's definitely you guys exploring you know, just like how to express yourself, how you want to go about things. You may be trying new things, you know, maybe meeting new people, making new friends. Like, I really just see this energy of you guys putting yourselves out there and no longer being less the Page of Cups, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like the Page of Cups, you were doubtful, you were overthinking about your, like, every little, like, if you felt something, you knew how you felt, and then you just weren't saying it. And I do feel like with this Knight of Wands is now you're trying to figure out how to better express yourself, better express those things that you were feeling, and no longer hold back. But the Temperance card is coming out, so there is this need for patience with the air signs here. I do feel like this is a journey that you guys are going to be going on, and it's not going to be overnight, and it's not going to, like, that's why you guys got this Knight of Wands, you know, because I do feel like it's this energy of exploration and kind of like dipping your toes into things and trying. I literally just saw like it's so weird, like a, not a buffet, but like a plate of all these different dipping sauces, like different sauces. That was such a weird imagery, but I feel like it's you guys trying like different flavors of things and just figuring out really what you want. And like even with that alliance, like figuring out who's gonna really have your back, and like you're not gonna know until you put yourself out there, you know, until you are this hummingbird transforming from the Scorpio to the hummingbird. You know, you have to be more vulnerable with people to kind of see where things will go. And this is, I just had the download to say that this is both platonically and romantically for you guys. You have to heart chakra, I just heard, open your heart, heal your heart, rose quartz. Funny, I'm hearing a lot of things right now, sorry, but you guys would benefit from rose quartz. Some decisions need to be made, so I do feel like this, my brain is going into the romantic department just because I do feel that I was picking up on that energy. But the for anyone in a relationship, I do feel like there are decisions to be made. I do feel like there might be decisions to be made in general, obviously, with these endings and beginnings coming out for you guys. But the two romantic cards that I did pull for this group, I'm just talking a little bit faster now because I feel like each video I go longer and longer. But the romantic feelings and the love yourself first card comes out. The love yourself first card did come out first, and then the romantic feelings. So the love yourself first card says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and then romantic feelings is your feelings are real and worth exploring. So with that decisions card coming out, I do feel like you guys are trying to make a decision of whether or not you want to explore your feelings with someone, or whether or not you want to open yourself up and be vulnerable to someone. But I do feel like you have to work, and that's why I think the Temperance card is coming out last reversed, because this is going to be a journey, this is going to be a lesson, and not something that's going to be concluded or resolved overnight for you guys. I do think that with the love yourself first card coming out, if anyone is desiring romance or like a, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, union of any kind with someone that you're interested in, I do feel that this is only going to progress. It's going to progress faster with you when you love yourself first, when you put yourself first, when you focus on your own needs, when you like, it's even the Salvation and Alliance coming out together. It's almost a sense of like, once you release, you'll make more room for the things that you need, and you'll be able to attract those things. And that's really what I'm picking up on for the most part with you guys, the air signs. I really do feel like another theme that I'm picking up for all of the readings is that people are needing to really be honest with themselves about like what does not work for them anymore, or like who does not work for them, or just the things in their life that don't make them feel good or don't make them feel like they are seen. That's a good way to put it. But that is all I have for you, air signs. I hope it makes sense. I hope it resonates with you and provides you with some clarity. I hope you're enjoying the full moon energy. Happy full moon in Libra. Take care. Goodbye.